Have you ever looked at someone building billion-dollar companies and thought, okay, what do they know that I don't? And how do I steal the playback without wasting 10 years? If that's you, this is for you. Because I want to connect with the builders who aren't just trying to make a little money. You're trying to build something that lasts, scales, and changes lives. Welcome to me reading books so you don't have to, if you choose. Today we're reviewing How to Make a Few $1 billion by Brad Jacobs. And let me calm your nerves right now. This book is not literally saying everybody can snap their fingers and make billions. Jacob has said the title is more figurative, about dreaming big and accomplishing big things. Now, why is this jaw-dropping for entrepreneurs like us? Because Brad Jacobs isn't teaching from theory. He's laying out repeatable operating playbooks, how to spot big opportunities, build elite teams, use acquisitions intelligently, and turn messy industries into machines. And this matters for me personally because I'm building 3 worlds that all require scale thinking and systems. Children of Wealth, Expand Clientele, and Medar's Healthcare. Different industries, different customers, different problems, but the same question. How do I grow impact without drowning in complexity? So here's the vibe of this book. Brad Jacobs is basically saying, stop playing small games, not in a motivational quote way, more like in a strategic, uncomfortable, results-only way. He's obsessed with things that most entrepreneurs avoid. Big problems, ugly industries, complicated operations, and ruthless execution. He's saying the gold is in the place where most don't want to go because it's hard, it's messy, and it requires discipline. And I felt that immediately because Children of Wealth sounds inspiring. Kids, financial literacy, generational wealth, story-based education, but behind the scenes, building a real education brand is operations heavy. You're not just writing books, you're building a pipeline, content, distribution, offers, customer journeys, partnerships, fulfillment, community, and consistency. The big opportunity isn't just selling a book, it's building a system that can reach families at scale and actually change behavior in the home. And that's a Jacob style problem. Big impact, big systems, and big execution. Then I look at Expand Clientele, my marketing automation agency, and Jacob's thinking hits even harder because agencies fail when they stay stuck in custom chaos. They do everything for everyone. They say yes to everything. They become a busy company, not a scalable company. And Jacobs is the opposite. His mindset is pick a big lane, build a real advantage, and execute like a machine, especially through system, people, and disciplined decision making. And with Medar's Healthcare, that's kind of an industry Jacobs would actually respect because healthcare is complex, regulated, emotional, and operationally intense. In-home pediatric nursing isn't a cute side hustle. You're dealing with real families, real needs, real schedule, paperwork, compliance, staffing, and trust. The only way to scale something like that is with strong leadership, strong systems, and a culture that treats execution as sacred. Now let's talk about what Brad Jacobs actually teaches in this book, because the big value is his playbook, and you could apply it whether you're trying to build $1 billion enterprise or a lean, high-profit business that runs without you. One of the biggest ideas is think different, and not like a poster on the wall, but like an operator. If everyone is competing in the same obvious place, margins drop and you're fighting for scraps. Jacob pushes you to find the edge, the overlooked opportunities, the unsexy industry, the problems people complain about but won't solve. And I've seen this firsthand with Children of Wealth. You see, most people don't make kids' financial literacy a serious business. They treat it like a side project, a niche idea. But the opportunity is massive because parents are starving for resources schools don't teach. The edge is in packaging it in a way that engages, simple and consistent, then building distribution around it. Next idea is major in the majors, meaning don't spend your life winning tiny games that don't move the needle. You see, Jacob is basically saying, aim at big opportunities, big enough to matter, markets big enough to support real scale, and moves that are big enough to create momentum. And this is where I had to really check myself as an entrepreneur. You see, there are thousands of ways to be busy, but there are only a few ways to build an engine. With expand clientele, majoring in the majors means focusing on the core outcome clients actually pay for, which are leads, follow-up, booked appointments, pipeline visibility, conversions, then building a repeatable machine to deliver that, not just random services. And another Hugh Jacobs principle is obsess over talent. He's known for being extremely serious about hiring A players and building a culture that can execute at a high level. And this is one of the most painful lessons in entrepreneurship, because you can have a brilliant vision, but if your team can't execute, your vision stays trapped in your head. I've learned this building children of wealth because creative businesses die when execution becomes inconsistent. Covers don't get finished, edits get delayed, content schedule slips, launches drag out, and follow-up doesn't happen. You don't need more motivation. You need better systems and stronger ownership. And in Medaris Healthcare, you see talent obsession become non-negotiable. You're not just hiring to fill a seat. You're hiring people who families will trust them with their children. So the Jacob principle translates to this: raise standards, build clear expectations, and create accountability that protects the mission. Now let's get to the part that makes people either lean in or get scared. Acquisitions. You see, Jacobs is famous for using M&A to scale. Acquire, 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 without imploding, as one summary puts it. But here's the important takeaway for us, even if you're not buying companies tomorrow. The deeper lesson is about integration and leverage. Growth isn't just add more. Growth is combine smart. In a smaller business, that might mean partnering instead of building from scratch, bundling instead of launching random products, acquiring attention instead of hoping for it, or even buying back time through systems and delegation. For example, in Children of Wealth, I can acquire leverage by partnering with schools, organizations, influencers, or communities that already have trust with parents, rather than trying to win every family one by one. In expand clientele, I can acquire leverage by building templates, proven funnels, reusable automations, and standardized onboarding, so every new client doesn't feel like a brand new business. And in Medaris Healthcare, integration means building a clean intake and enrollment system, so families move through the pipeline smoothly, nurses are onboarded correctly, and operations don't rely on memory. Now here's Jacob's style lesson that hits hard, because wins often come from solving big, gunky problems, not the easy problems, the complicated ones, the ones that require operational excellence. And that's when I look at my businesses. That's exactly it. You see, kids' financial literacy is a gunky problem because it's behavioral change, education, marketing, and trust. Expand clientele is gunky because it's not just building funnels, it's managing deliverables, clients, results, and retention. And Medaris Healthcare is gunky because it's healthcare delivery, compliance, staffing, and family experience. So Jacobs isn't just telling you how to make money. He's telling you how to become the kind of operator who can handle complexity and turn it into value. Now let me give you the practical do this Monday morning translation of this book, because if it stays inspirational, it's useless. First, pick a bigger target, not a vague dream, an operational target. What does scale actually mean for you? For Children of Wealth, it could mean a consistent content engine plus a product ladder that parents understand. For expand clientele, it could mean a standardized delivery system that produces consistent client outcomes. And for Medaris Healthcare, it could mean a reliable intake to care pipeline with measurable service quality. Now, second, raise your standards for people and process. Jacob's entire career screams one thing: great outcomes come from great execution, and great execution comes from great people operating within clear systems. And third, build leverage. This is where I'm going to connect the dots to go high level, because leverage isn't just mindset, it's tools and systems. And if you're trying to get similar results, meaning more consistency, better follow-up, clearer pipelines, and less chaos, you need automations. You need a machine that runs when you're not staring at it. So Go High Level helps you do what Jacobs is really about: build an engine, capture leads, automate follow-up, build appointments, track pipelines, nurture prospects, reactivate old leads, and stop leaking opportunities because you got busy. And that matters in expand clientele because it's literally what we install for businesses. It matters in Children of Wealth because parents don't always buy the first time they see you. Nurture and follow-up turns attention into action. And it matters in Modara's healthcare because communication, tracking, and consistency, that protects families and it protects operations. Now, here's the biggest takeaway from how to make a few $1 billion. This is the line I want tattooed on your entrepreneurial brain. Stop building a business that depends on your hustle and start building a business that depends on your systems and standards. That's how you scale. That's how you buy back your time. And that's how you build something that survives you. And I'll end with this. The title sounds like it's about money, and yes, it's about wealth. But it's really about the kind of person who can build big things on purpose. So here's your next steps. If you want the full playbook, grab How to Make a Few $1 billion using the link below because it will stretch the way you think about scale, leadership, talent, and execution. And if you want to implement the system side of this, the follow-up automation, the pipeline, the booking, nurtures, and consistency, use my exclusive Go High Level link in the description to start your trial and build your own engine. Both links are below. Use them because reading is going to upgrade your thinking, but systems, that's going to upgrade your life. And if you want more episodes of me reading books so you don't have to, if you so choose, subscribe, like, tell a friend and tell a friend because next time we're breaking down another book that's going to help you think bigger, execute clearer, and build something that actually scales. I'll see you guys on the next one.